What's up, everybody? It's Dan.
Love it.
And wow, just okay.
I love it. Every time you say that, I love it.
We're back to across the table.
We are.
Across the table for me is a lot of people, and one of them is Brother John.
What's up, everybody? And across the table for me is the Dan Snow. And next to Dan, we have Amanda.
Snow.
And then we have Uriah.
Lise.
And then we have Olivia.
Lise.
And then we have me. And then we have Lucille.
Havman.
No, it's not. Let's go. Get wrecked.
So
Cut it.
This podcast is actually a divorce announcement.
Help us. It's my wife, guys.
That's
Lucille Marshall. And Rosie's here too, but she won't make any noise yet.
Not talking yet.
But yeah, I'm excited to have all you guys here. This is awesome. Dan's
These mics pick up a lot more, so I'm trying to. Like when I'm right here, it's really loud, so I'm keeping it a little bit farther away.
So yeah, well, let's go around. Give us a little intro about yourself. Tell us about yourself, and we're gonna start with Amanda because you look least prepared.
Okay, my name's Amanda Snow. I'm Dan Snow's sister, and I live in Toledo, Ohio, single.
Becca.
What?
So then, who's your favorite sibling?
None.
It's a tie. We all lose.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's it. I work and I go to church. That's my life.
Wow.
Amanda is one above me.
Yes.
Youngest daughter.
As in, I am better than him.
Yes, that's what she does. That's what it comes down to.
And then we got Uriah. He was on before. He was kind of
on a few times.
He was kind of overshadowed by Eli Fellman, but
okay.
He stuck it out through that.
He was on the last podcast.
What did he stick it out there?
He was kind of overshadowed by Eli because he was out with Eli.
Not really, but okay.
It was.
I can see how you'd be overshadowed.
He was on the last podcast, but you might not even know about that podcast depending on if we're going to post it.
Yeah, we'll see.
That was an interesting one.
And then we got Olivia. We kind of skipped Uriah. I don't know. Do you want to say anything, Uriah?
No.
Okay. And then we got Olivia.
I'm Olivia. I'm Uriah's older sister. I've known him his entire life.
Oh, wow.
You're really quiet, Olivia.
Am I really quiet? Is this better? Is this distance better?
Better. Maybe talk a little louder.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can turn yours up too, though.
We just are terrible at setting up the podcast in Amanda's house.
Is that good? Too loud?
It's when John's
good
talking.
Is that good? Okay.
Yep, continue.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah.
Oh, thank God.
So
let her
we
finish.
didn't get through the.
I'm really boring, so I didn't really have that much to say anyway. So
She's crippled.
Oh yeah, at the moment I'm crippled.
You got a nice sweet action scooter. I tested it out earlier.
My scooter McGavin over there.
I saw her doing I almost said kickflips.
That would be impressive.
It is though one
do.
step removed from a toy. Because I mean, if I stood on it instead of kneeling on it, it'd basically just be a big toy scooter.
Yeah.
It's really not that far removed from being a toy, and it is fun.
Have you just? It was one of those. I forgot people can't see it. So it was one of those ones where you put one knee on it, right?
You kneel on it. Because it's my ankle.
Yeah.
That I had surgery on.
So you ever
I
sat on it and just kind of wheel.
I feel like that's not the most efficient way to move on it. But yeah, it is. It's actually fun. I was going way too fast the other day in Kroger, rudely fast. I almost ran into people, but
That's awesome.
I feel like that's what we would do. If I had one of those, I'd be going way too fast.
I would milk it. I would milk it for 6 months too. How long do you have to be on it?
I have to be off. Well, let me see. Off weight, minimum 4 weeks from surgery. So that's a little under 3 weeks at this point, at least.
Wow.
It could be up to 6 weeks post-op that I have to be off weight and using the scooter.
Except when she tripped coming in the house and
put
weight on it.
I tripped coming into Amanda's apartment the other day.
And then stepped on dog poop.
And then it was just...
It's true.
Gross.
Yeah.
You're good. So you guys are good. Keep going.
We have how many mics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
we can add one more.
Oh my.
We can.
Dan's got his plate full over here trying to keep the levels right. So if one of us is blown out, you just have
I
to.
Apologize.
Sorry.
But yeah, so we're here. This is the Borderline Buddies podcast.
What about your wife? Is she gonna?
She made me mad with her intro.
Right.
So sorry, you don't get the mic.
It's great to have Mrs. Havman on.
Actually, we still haven't changed her name over technically.
So
really?
she is.
Yeah.
Me and Kate, we didn't change hers over for the first year.
We
have to do it before we have the baby.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Well, we should because otherwise
the birth certificate.
It will say Havman, and she is not a Havman.
And it shows in the system that we're not married, so they'll always be like, "And who is?"
Give her the mic, John.
Oh yeah, John, she's talking.
God, I forgot.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, she's mic shy. That's so funny. No, just say what you just said again.
Yeah, just
If you don't, what did you say? You said if you don't.
Well, if I don't, otherwise, well, in the hospital, like whenever I go in, they always don't know who John is because it shows that I'm single. Because I don't know why though, because I'm married.
You guys,
but I think it's because his name is different than like his last name is different than my last name.
Yeah, yeah.
So the hospital
you guys
people.
have like a marriage certificate though.
We do. You just have.
Carry it around with you everywhere.
Yeah. I need to put it in my wallet or something.
My license plate is still Idaho, and like the tags are real expired, and I don't know how we haven't gotten in trouble for it.
Wow.
But I have to change my name before I like do anything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
you have expired tags, and yet you got a ticket on a jet ski.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to talk about.
The other night we almost got in a car accident.
I told him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they didn't even like he pulled up right behind us and was like the biggest jerk. I haven't actually met a Maine police officer until then. Are you?
It was probably the one Dan dealt with.
No, I was like,
was it a big old
Yeah.
black dude?
Oh, thank you for saying that quiet into the mic.
he was just like, I think it was the end of his shift or something, or he was just in a bad mood. But anyways, he pulled up right behind us, and like my license plate, I have a license plate on the front and the back.
Yeah.
And so he checked both ends of my vehicle, and nothing was said. And I was like, John, we really better get this fixed because
Yeah, I think it kind of looks like an Ohio plate, like kind of like it's white with like the.
Maybe what if it was the end of his shift, and when he realized there was the accident was dumb, he's like, "No, I'm just going home."
I think that's what it
You know
was.
what I mean?
he pulled back into the gas station and like went and talked to some girl.
Oh,
I don't know. If you want to hear that story, it was on episode.
It was. What episode was that?
I think it was
episode 14.
tomorrow's episode.
Actually, was it with Eli?
I think it was with
yeah,
Eli.
that's episode 15.
So that'll drop tomorrow. You guys all have to listen because we're not giving it away.
Because everyone's dying to hear that story.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I can't wait for tomorrow.
About the
It was
mean
an
police
interesting
officer
story.
who,
It was a good story.
through oversight, saved you a serious citation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Olivia, you ever been in a car accident?
Not that was my fault, right?
Mm.
I don't know.
The only
We
the
talked
only
about
car
Uriah.
accident, the only car accident I've been in where I was the driver.
Okay.
The other person went left of center and hit me,
Oh.
but it was very low very low speed, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nobody really got hurt.
So it didn't really.
Yeah.
I was telling John how many we've been in.
You guys have been in a crazy amount of
Been in a
accidents.
lot.
What?
Well,
I have two.
have
too?
you?
Yeah.
You
Well,
had a
it
lot?
was.
I've only been like a driver in two of them, but they weren't even my fault. Like one was a semi hit me from the side, and
Oh
then
man.
the other one,
The mic
someone like rear-ended me in traffic. But there was like literally, I think they rear-ended me because they were looking at the accident on the side of the road.
Oh my
And
goodness.
like traffic was barely moving, and so those officers were just like pulled over, and nothing ever ended up happening because it was three cars, and we were the one in the middle.
Yeah.
And the one car drove off. So
Wow.
like
Hit and run. I know all about those.
We also have Sunny on.
Well,
Sonny's
honestly,
here.
sometimes it's easier.
Sonny
Like if
Ray.
it's just a bumper scratch, you're like, let's just go on with our lives because it's easier than getting insurance involved. Because
It
your
really is.
rates go up and you get.
Yeah. It's like I'd rather just pay the however much it is to get your bumper fixed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just sometimes it's not worth it.
But car accidents, man.
So here's,
Dustin
remember-
was our problem.
Yeah. The problem was Dustin drove.
Yes.
Oh.
He was a teenager.
We were always the victims.
But he, yeah.
Well,
it
not.
was-
I had a car accident too, but
Yeah. But I mean, that was our only issue. But you remember when we talked about like car problems? Well, it's one of the worst things when you have car problems.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think car accidents fall into that because if it ends up being bad enough to where you have to get it fixed, stuff.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
It just makes things miserable when you have car problems.
I heard Pastor Caleb was saying something. He told me a story about a couple that was getting married, and the dad was like ecstatic about getting his daughter off of his insurance
Yeah.
because she had like something like 15 accidents.
Oh my goodness.
And so when he gave her away, he said to the groom, he was like, I give her to you, and also here's her, all of her, whatever you would call it, all of her accidents.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
my one
Her
accident,
insurance was crazy.
Yeah,
my
Dad.
One accident,
Sure.
my one accident that I had was the straw that broke the camel's back for my dad's insurance.
No, literally, it doubled his insurance.
doubled his
And then
insurance.
Daniel turned 18 like
Oh my!
A couple
I
weeks
switched
after or something
insurance-
stupid.
No, I switched insurances 2 days later.
Yes, and my dad
My
was
dad
like,
Still brings it up.
yeah, he's still so upset about
And the
it.
thing is, he had accidents and tickets and everything that just kept pushing it. I get in an accident, insurance goes, nope, we're done. And his insurance.
Dad almost got his
years.
license suspended multiple times
Yeah.
because of how many tickets he gets.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Yes.
don't worry, it was
Jacob
all my fault.
too.
Is he a
Jacob.
speed demon?
Yeah.
Is
Yes, but I think it's also he doesn't pay attention.
he? Yeah.
So like if speed go like if you're
It's
going
a focus
70 on a highway
problem.
and you get to a spot to where it hits like 55, he'll still be going 75.
Yeah. I don't pay attention either. I know it's getting. I know I'm driving weird when I just see Lucy's hand in the passenger seat just kind of like grab the door.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
Kate will do the whole like
Jumping up and
jump a little bit, and I'll be like, "You okay?" Yeah.
So
I don't think you are. I think something's wrong.
when Dustin would drive, so he was like a senior in high school, and then all of us were younger. He would get really mad at us if we would say anything about his driving, like if we were like, "Oh, Dust, you see that?" Whatever.
Oh yeah.
And so like it got to like he would like literally yell at us. So it got to the point where like I'm not kidding you, we just had to close our eyes while he drove because it was so scary. He didn't pay attention. He like the accident we got in, we were living in Louisville at the time, and he totaled the car. There was all 4 of us in the car. Like it was just so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Is he better now that he has a family?
I hope so
Yeah.
because Bethany's not a good
that's
driver either.
Scary.
Dude,
Well, the funny thing is with him too is that if you made him mad, he would drive faster.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
our,
like,
our,
he
our
was
dad
insane.
does that.
Yeah.
So when he's frustrated about something, he starts driving like a rally car driver.
Yeah.
So you'll be in the back seat, you'll hit your head on a window, your head on the person next to you.
I remember one time we were going to school and Dustin hit like 90. It was what was that red?
It was like a
station wagon?
Subaru. I think it was a red. No, it was a
It
Subaru.
was a Subaru.
It was like
He
it was
had,
like a
1991
1991 Subaru.
Oh man, but
Amanda's like, Dustin, you're driving a little fast. He's like, oh yeah, you want to see fast?
And you know what? And that
Lord.
accident, I flew for. I didn't have my seatbelt on, and I flew. I was sitting in the back seat. I was doing my makeup, and my mascara wand went across my face,
yeah,
and so the cops thought I was bleeding across my face, and then we
Oh.
realized it was mascara. I had scratches all on my face and everything.
I was crying.
Daniel was just crying, and I was like,
Is that
but
what we
and
are?
the snow
yeah.
was so bad, and so I was, Daniel's little. I'm like, Daniel, let's just get out. And we
Yeah.
get out in the middle of the highway. It was just such a
And then
disaster.
the car filled with smoke.
Oh, it
remember?
was so
Yeah.
bad.
And
It was
then,
so
like,
bad.
Yeah, it was.
We got to take an ambulance ride.
Oh,
No, I know. That's why I was like, Daniel, let's just get out. I felt
Yeah.
bad because he was crying.
wait, was it 4 of you or 3 of you? In there?
4.
So all 4 of you
All
got an
4 of
ambulance ride?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
they
it was
literally
funny.
took us to school. It wasn't like
We just.
no, like
Yeah, they really did.
Oh, you're good? Okay, if you say you're good, you're fine. Let's just get you in
Do you
school.
guys know they called their parents? We have your kids. Can you take them to school? Can you go ahead
they
and-"
probably did.
But I think I remember Dad being mad because he was worried that the ambulance ride was going to cost a lot.
Yes, he was like,
He was
"You
so
guys
mad.
rode in the ambulance. That's gonna cost so much money." We're like, "We
Like,
didn't
he
know
had
what to
a
do."
choice, like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Did it cost a lot?
I don't think they charged us because
yeah,
I don't think
I
so.
really don't know. Maybe it was
did
on
they
the way.
take us to school?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
I know I went to school because I had mascara on my face at school. I had to scrub it off.
I don't
That's so
remember
funny.
where they took us. I just
Yeah.
remember being in the wreck.
That's why you don't do your makeup in the car.
The only
Well, I still do that all the time.
She's driving when she does.
Yes.
The only time I've been scared the entire car ride was one time mine and Olivia's older brother Isaac got a new car, and so he was going to test it out.
BMW.
Oh,
No. This is a Ford Fusion, but it was the titanium version, so it was the high
That's what I have.
trim,
Oh, okay.
but it had like a real nice engine and all that stuff. So he's like, we're gonna let the horsies out, and
the horses out.
no, so it was a 15-minute ride home from school. We made it in 8.
Oh my
He
goodness.
was hitting like 120 on the highway. I about pooped myself.
And
I
you
was,
think about like if that was your children and like your oldest did that with all of their siblings, like I would be so mad.
well, it was just me, so I don't think my parents would have cared, but
Parents were like,
Well,
yeah.
that's wild.
I am probably the least. I'm the slowest driver.
Dan is a grandma.
Yeah, what's the
driver.
fastest you've ever
He's
gone
so
in a car?
safe.
Uriah, what's the fastest you ever gone in a car?
Probably then.
No, well,
What do you mean when you're driving?
when I'm driving,
When you're driving. Let's go with
I've hit triple digits before going to school.
Really?
When I was like a senior in high school, I took our GMC Safari to the absolute max, trying to get to school because I had to be in homeroom at like 8:10,
Yeah.
and I left the house at like 3.
Yeah.
So I'm on the highway, and it's the first time I've ever gone literally pedal to the floor, just gone. And so I'm driving past everybody. This dude's in like a stinking Mercedes Benz, and he just sees a GMC about to take his stinking mirror off.
See, that's your parents' car.
It was.
See, it's so much easier.
Until somebody totaled it.
Yeah.
You want to tell that story?
I didn't total it.
The Safari?
I didn't total it. The accident that I got in did do some damage, but I didn't total it.
Oh, I thought you totaled it.
No.
But it's so easy to do that in your like parents' car. Like for me,
really?
Yeah, I can fly in my parents' car. But when I'm like driving my car, like I have like a racy car, but I'm so scared to go fast in it.
It just sounds bad in the racy cars.
Yeah. Exactly. So my car, I'm more cautious.
More respectful.
Not your car.
More respectful. I know. What's the fastest you've gone?
The fastest I've actually gone was on a snowmobile, not in a car.
Okay. But in a car.
In a car, like I don't know, like 97. I haven't hit triple digits.
How do you go faster than that with a snowmobile?
I went like 112 on a snowmobile.
I have gone 120 in my car.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But it was like we were out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean?
All right, we're hitting 130 tonight on the way home, babe.
I think not on those roads.
Yeah, I guess not.
No, Micah Norman will do that though.
Yeah.
Does he drive?
He went 90. I think. Were you in the car? Well, no, that's fine. Were you in the car or was it?
No, probably not.
But that's fine. I get to decide what's okay. I don't remember. Who was? Oh no, Caleb was in the car. Caleb Ogle, and Micah was driving, and he was coming down McCord, and he literally was going 80. And I was like, there are literal houses and children. Like this is not okay. Or no, was it Caleb? I can't remember.
I think the fastest I went was I think I hit 100, and I hit it in my Buick.
Buick.
And I had to wait till I was going downhill.
Yeah.
That thing was not going to... And I was in Kentucky, so it's all hills anyway.
Did you start
But the funny thing is the time that happened, I passed Kate and her mom.
Oh, really?
And they were like... I told them, I'm like, I'm not a fast driver. I did that one time just to see if I could get my car. I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I was also nervous because that Buick was not built for speed.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to, and I passed them. They were like, yeah, you're a fast driver. I'm like, okay. Now they don't think so.
No, Dan stops at stoplights when you're like, you could have made it. Yeah. Like he's ridiculous.
Yeah. Terrible how I obey the laws. It's terrible.
John's just a very distracted driver. Like he can't stay in his lane. He's like, well, Lucy, there's no cars around. I said,
I do that.
You can't.
I do.
Drive in your.
Well,
lane.
in Kentucky though, like nobody stays in the lanes because there's no one out. So I do understand that. That's true.
I'm like seeing how long I can look out the window, just like staring out the window.
Dude,
I was watching football on the way home.
The more advanced cars get, though, the harder it is to drive. Because my car, you can set it to have a distance in front of you. Yeah. You can set the speed. It does basically everything but drive for you. So you're just sitting there and you sort of zone out because it does everything for you.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
One time I was watching Netflix and I had my car on the dash and I was watching Netflix as I was driving, and I went through a checkpoint and the cop comes up and I just totally forgot that I had my phone there. So it was paused. No, it was paused on Netflix on my dash. So it was a woman cop, and she comes up and she's like, have you been drinking tonight? I'm like, no, whatever. And she's like, okay, looks at my license. And as soon as I was about to leave, she goes, you're not watching that, right? And I was like, no. And I just put it down. She's like, she goes, have a good night. And I was like, oh, never again. I still do it. But I couldn't believe I forgot to take it off the dash at a checkpoint. Like, what in the world?
The scariest thing about driving is when you go on autopilot. Like, you drive someplace, and about halfway through, you realize you're driving. You're like, I don't remember half of my trip.
That's especially when you work a long shift or you don't get sleep. Because I've done that a lot.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
There's been times you get to places you're like, what was the drive?
Yeah.
It was just that.
Did I run any lights? Did I blow through any stop signs? Like, you have no idea.
Like, I don't think I stopped once.
Exactly.
I ran through a couple lights on Reynolds, and Josiah Norman called me and said, did you know you just ran through those lights? I was like, no, I didn't. He was like, yes, you did. I was like, I don't remember.
I blew through a stop sign when I was learning how to drive. My dad was in the passenger seat. That was not good. What are you doing?
Yeah, I can see that. The first time I ever drove, the first time I ever drove with my permit is with Becca, and I literally pulled out of the place when I got it, and I just immediately started driving on the left side of the road. Just and Becca's, and I think Becca thought I was joking, and she's like, "Dang, on the right side." I'm like, I know.
Yeah,
So
correct
stupid.
yourself.
I don't know why I immediately just went left side. Just and I
Do
don't
you
know
watch a
why.
lot of like TV shows in the UK
British
Apparently,
shows.
yeah.
or something?
But yeah, did anybody ever drive before they got their license?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, your family, like, that's not normal.
We would do it all the time.
Like, we were not allowed.
I think my parents were just super lazy and didn't want to take us anywhere. Like,
I'm like, they would drive
not
like
just
places.
like around the neighborhood. Like you actually
No.
went places.
Didn't get their license, so it was like way late.
we were a little bit. Oh,
Yeah, you gotta give her the mic.
my bad. I'm so bad
But
with
you
passing
said you and your sister. What'd you say?
I was just saying, John just likes to hold it right in front of his mouth.
Oh,
All right.
sure.
I was saying I wasn't allowed to, like, when I first got my license. So like me, Nate, and Ben. No, it was just me and Nate. Were in the class at the same time because we were like so close in age. I actually just took the class you're supposed to take, and then just didn't get my license until I was 18. Like
Really?
yeah, I like didn't have to take a test or something. I just waited till I was 18. So at that point, I would drive without my permit. Not a ton, but like when my parents started, like everybody was starting to go through driver's ed. They would just be like, Ben, can you go down to the Kroger and get us this or something, whatever. He just like hasn't even been in one single class at all.
Oh my
And he would just
goodness.
go,
I wish my parents would let me do that.
Knew he wasn't.
oh yeah, our parents knew, yeah.
But I mean, I also got we got our license.
We got ours at 16. I got
Yeah.
ours at 16.
Yeah, so
Well, I remember Becca let me drive home from the sportsplex. She let me drive to a certain spot when I was like 14.
yeah.
Mhm.
I remember one time I was driving and I wanted to go 70 so bad.
Yeah.
So Becca was on her phone, so I was like slowly speeding up. And then
I let Nick
finally,
do that a
like,
couple
hit
times.
70.
I let Nick drive my car a couple times before.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess that's not normal for everybody, but we would drive all the time.
Oh, no.
I think there
we
are
went
people
through-
who
we
do
went
it.
through 3 Honda Odysseys we had.
Yeah. But they're my parents are more worried about the money. Like if we get caught and they have to pay.
That's
for,
our parents aren't the safety. It's the how much money is it going to cost?
Yeah.
I think it goes on to theirs, doesn't it? As a
Yes.
liability,
No, it
like
does.
Yeah.
because
That's
like
why they don't care about us.
It's their car.
But I'm like, at this point, how can they do that? Like, I mean, I feel like now pulling someone over for that, like,
Yeah.
will they actually get in trouble? Like, I feel like there's like
I
two
don't know.
extremes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna identify as an.
I would
18-year-old
assume the
with a
car
license.
owner, whoever the car owner is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right?
No, I do think you're right.
First time standing up on the podcast.
Oh, what a monumental moment. I'm so glad we're here to see it.
You guys get to be here for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
What a
all of us
privilege.
here, literally everybody here grew up with siblings.
Yep.
Correct. So So me and Mando talk about how we were the ones that fought the most in our household. So who was the one you didn't get along with the most in your house?
For me, it was Nate.
I was gonna say it had to be Nate.
Yeah, it was Nate.
None of us get along with Nate. No,
I would
just kidding.
I would just like take Nate's stuff and just be like, dude.
So you were part of the problem.
Yeah, I would take his stuff and he'd be like, that's mine. I'd be like, oh, okay, you'll be all right. I would just use his stuff,
Okay, so
and we would get in fights over it.
I vaguely remember one time Olivia babysat all of us at your house on Anderson.
I don't remember that.
It
Yes.
was for that, like when they used to do the workers' banquets, like the formal workers' banquets.
Okay, at where?
Our parents carpooled and left me,
Really?
like left us all together, all of us kids together at your guys' house over on Anderson.
Right.
How old would I have been?
So I was
like-
probably like 8 or 9, which means she would have been like 16, 17,
Yeah.
something like that. So
Okay.
you'd probably be like 5.
I think
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Adriana was born, but she was like a toddler.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
real small.
Anyway, go on with your story.
No, but I remember you and Nate. Even then, like you guys didn't give a care that other people were over. You guys were just going at it, right? It was a sea of toys in the basement. I would just see a head pop up, fist fly, and then go back into the sea of toys. You know?
That's how it was.
It
That's how it was.
Terrible.
Didn't you guys one of you guys hit your mom?
Yes.
That was
What? So that happened.
Deliberate accidental.
I was-
This wasn't high school, was it?
Yeah, it was in high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
No, I was not.
This was
Okay,
last
you
week.
guys
No,
tell
but
the
you guys
story.
were
I
like
will. I feel like,
grown.
Okay,
Yeah.
go into the
I feel like you
story.
can get away with a lot more as long as you're still in high school. But I was a senior. Nate was a junior, and
That was Amanda snapping at her dog.
Sorry.
I was. A
Oh
senior
yeah,
the
you
third
know
time.
like that. Sorry.
Everybody was like getting ready to go somewhere. We're getting ready to go to some like banquet or something at State Line, and so we were like everybody's getting changed. And so growing up at State Line, the classic black suit, white shirt, black tie, right? So and there's 3 versions of that in our house. Actually, there's a lot more versions than that, but like there had to be 3 being worn at the same time. So obviously stuff gets mixed and matched a lot because everyone needs a black shirt or everyone needs a white shirt, everyone needs a black tie, black whatever.
Everybody needs to be black.
Suit. A black suit.
Black suit.
And so I think I had Nate's like tie or belt or something. And so we're like dressed like for this like banquet or like this event going on at school, and like we just started throwing fists, like we're just going at it. And we're just like in a full on fist fight in the middle of our like living room over, I think it was a belt or a tie or something. And Mom like comes in between us and she's like, guys, stop it, break it up. And she just steps right in between us. And I caught her with an elbow.
Oh no!
And she just dropped to the floor, and me and Nate just looked.
Did she drop to the floor?
Yeah, like I caught her with an elbow.
Oh my
and
goodness!
Me and Nate just looked at each other. We were like,
I'm dead.
Mom, are you okay? Like it was over right then. But like, Dad was not happy about that.
No, she told me.
Okay,
not a
but
good
like
thing.
honestly,
She stepped in between our fight.
I love your mom, but yeah, she shouldn't have done that.
She said that. Like she was telling me that story a couple weeks ago, and she was like, "It was my fault. I stepped in." She said, "But all I could think was somebody's gonna get a black eye right before graduation."
And it's her.
Oh, it was graduation.
It was her.
It was graduation.
My mom never. My sister and I fought the most. I would say. Uriah and I fought a lot, but I fought with my sister the most, and every day, and it was physical. Like
I think.
It was boundary issues because
Yeah.
Emily would get in my stuff and take my stuff, but I would get in her business. Like, so there were boundary issues.
Which is worse?
I was gonna say that same thing. Like, which is worse? There. Go
Well,
it depends on you.
yeah, it does depend because
depends.
I'm like a territorial person, like a physically territorial person. So getting in my stuff, like, I mean, this means war. You know what I mean?
And then you just get in her face.
And she was trying to get away with a lot of stuff. And so me getting in her business was a big deal. But anyway, we fought a lot.
That's funny.
And my mom, she never interrupted our fights, even though we were girls and not guys. And she probably could have. But she like let us fight it out. Because she was like,
Like
it's
hockey?
not even worth it. Yeah.
I think you and I went at it, but we didn't go at it nearly as much as you and Emily did. You guys were a different level. But I think
You
also
were a lot younger.
well, but here's the thing, and by the time Emily got out of the house and everything like that, I was entering high school. So and Olivia and I really didn't fight before that. So by the time Olivia and I got into it, I was probably 15 or 16. So I was almost grown at that point.
Did you fight with Emily too, or not as much?
I didn't fight so much with Emily, but her reach was just so low. I couldn't get near her. I couldn't do it.
That's right.
She's
Man,
got her legs
gotta
like
get in,
10 feet
got body
long.
shot.
No,
You gotta
like
throw body
the tail of the tape was Emily had like a 14-inch reach advantage on me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And she was bigger, not like
No.
she's tall. She's tall.
She's like
Yeah.
5'10",
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
So it's
yeah.
not like so that didn't help with it. She has a long reach.
She's long arms too.
Yeah. Long arms, long legs. Like you
Yeah.
really, there's just no reaching.
But-
It's funny
her
'cause
body.
Emily did that, and for Amanda's short.
Yeah.
But her legs just had little feet of fury over here. I mean, she would just lay
Better
on her
watch
back
these
and just
bad
stick her feet at me.
Yeah.
We would try to go at it, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's about it. But anyways,
Yeah.
Olivia and I probably argued more than
Yes.
anything else. But my
You
mom
guys seem
still
like-
never stepped in. We'd be going at it, war of words. and
That's so
she
funny
just let it
because
go.
we didn't do that in front of our parents because, but I think
We wouldn't do it in front of our dad. Our dad would not
Okay.
put up with it. But our mom, she was just immune to it. She was just do whatever she'd do and let us go at it.
Oh my!
Yeah.
My dad doesn't like a lot of noise, and so if he were to
well, no, that's why.
if he were to
That's
quell
why.
an argument, it wouldn't be because he cares that we're arguing.
No,
Not in the
It's because
house.
He doesn't
He's
want
like,
the
I
chaos.
want peace and quiet.
Yes,
right, you
that's
know what I
exactly
mean?
why we
Yeah.
didn't do it.
Yes,
Take it outside.
exactly. That's
That's
exactly what he
hilarious.
said.
So for me and Amanda, we just fought over everything. But we wouldn't.
Dan
get into,
broke down my door
I
one
broke down
time.
her- I was so proud of myself.
Dude,
But they were paper thin doors.
No, they were. They were.
They were paper thin.
solid oak
I had
doors.
like a bank vault, and I busted that
With his head.
It was an old nuclear bunker from World War II.
So the you guys remember the house in Maryland,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So you guys remember where our rooms were?
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
they're right
vaguely.
across from each other. The
Yeah.
bathroom was in the middle. So I don't think you guys ever came.
No.
I'm just trying to think. We've had random people come.
Yeah.
So, but they did. We had really thin doors, and one time Amanda I don't know what we were fighting
I
about.
don't know.
Fighting about something probably stupid.
And then Amanda
We
ran.
probably looked at each other.
I run.
Amanda ran to her room. Okay.
And I close the door and lock it.
And then when she locked her door, I just ran and just leaned in and busted the door. And
I'm like, well, I was laying on the bed kicking my feet.
Yeah. So the thing is after
I'm like, don't you
it's like we'll start fighting and Amanda's like, oh yeah. Throw her feet up in the air. But anyway,
but then I was like, Mom's gonna kill us. You broke the door.
We actually, I don't think we broke it.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, but after I busted in the door, the funny thing is, I didn't really care about the fight. I was just so proud that I ran through the door. I was just like, yeah, that door can't hold me, because I was really young.
Yes,
you gotta tell me who's.
So I'll start it off a little bit. Lucy was like the go between everybody. So she was like the sacrificial lamb.
The sacrificial lamb.
Wait, I really didn't like. I really don't. I don't know. I didn't fight with my sisters. Like,
yeah.
Where are
Becca
you?
didn't.
Wait, can I ask where are you? You're the second oldest. Okay. And
yeah.
Out
of 6 girls.
Oh, out of 6 girls, you're the second oldest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I cannot imagine that.
I don't.
Just hold it. Sorry.
So
Just
I don't know. I didn't really fight with my sisters.
But who would fight in your family?
Yeah, who was the biggest fighter though?
Is it a really big age difference?
Well, it's
the actual fighting.
Like, but here's the thing. I feel like it wasn't like we weren't really verbally really. It was my parents would leave, and it was like chasing each other through the house with a knife and a broom. Like,
yeah,
I threatened him with a knife.
Like,
we didn't really fight, but we had knives when we did.
Well, no,
it was like, well, we would run to the bathroom. And like that, because that was the door that had the lock on it.
Yeah. You go to the door,
and like obviously we're not going to break a door. Like,
yeah, I was going through that.
If we would have done that, I'm pretty sure my dad would have killed us. But we didn't. I don't know. We weren't really like we did fight. Like,
yeah.
But I wasn't one of the
Usually
ones
involved.
You're the peacemaker.
Yeah.
Did you have 2 that fought the most though?
Well, so my older sister, Leah. And then my younger sister, the one right below me, Hannah, they still to this day kind of like
just butt heads.
Yeah.
Kind of, okay.
But then also like Emma's kind of stubborn. Lily and Molly are like really sweet. They're the youngest. Okay. And they're more similar, I would say, towards like to me than those other 3. The other 3 are evil.
But so basically, like whenever one of her sisters would get in trouble with like her parents or something, Lucy would go to her parents and be like, "I'll take the spanking for them."
Can you spank Amanda?
So,
like, care that I broke
you know, whenever something would happen and your parents are like, "Well, if someone's not going to fess up, like we're all in trouble," and we all know who it was, and it was like, okay, we're all about to have to suffer, or one of us can suffer. I'll just say it was me. And then my mom would be like, well, Lucy, now here's why you're getting a spanking. Because you lied.
They always get you. The parents, they always get you, no matter what.
The classic, if you don't remind me, I'll spank you twice sort of deal, you know?
Our parents would always wait till the end of the day to spank you. Do you remember that?
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, they did it every time, and that was part of your punishment. Was you had to wait the entire day, and then it would be time for bed. Like you'd be like, okay, it's like 8:39. They forgot. I'm going to bed. There you go and head upstairs. You start crying. I remember one of the worst things for me was when my dad was in a really good mood and he had to spank you. I just remember him being happy, like, all right, Ted, go upstairs. Why are you so happy?
Why does your dad sound Irish when he's happy?
That's how he is.
Wreck the shop.
I just like he would be so happy, but because he was just in a good mood.
My parents, it was always when we would be on our way back from church. We were not allowed to get up during the service, like whatsoever. Even to this day, getting up during a service, I cannot get up to go to the bathroom because I'm like, am I getting a spanking? Not like not seriously, but like I'm gonna be a distraction. Oh no! And so, or if we weren't allowed to run in the church, and it was like we'd get in the car, and Mom would be like, "Okay, when we get back to the house, here's who needs to go in my bedroom," and it was like the worst, most silent car
So
ride ever. And it was
sad.
like, Mom, I can help you clean when we get back to the house. Start organize the fridge or something.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to get up during church either.
No.
And one time my parents were out of town, or so I thought.
Yes.
And my grandma took me to church, and I was sitting with my grandma, and I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? Because I'm like, yes, I can go to the bathroom during church. I get up, start walking out. My dad is sitting in the back pew, and I just looked at him, and I started crying. he followed me back and spanked me in the kitchen.
Didn't Grandma
Yeah. Grandma was like, Danny, no, she's fine.
Dad's
And he's like,
I
no.
don't care.
Oh my word, it's hilarious.
Is that better, Olivia? A little less Irish.
I wouldn't.
Okay, wait. I have a question. What's the last spanking you got? How old were you?
Oh boy, this is embarrassing.
I know, me too.
So when Mom and Dad were in town last week,
Before Kate left.
I think before Kate. I think mine was at Ivis. And that wasn't a spanking. That was when Dad pinned me up against the wall.
What is that, Ibis?
Well,
What does that mean?
That's
our
the name of the
church.
It's Ibis Bible Church.
How old are you?
He was pinned up against the wall.
He didn't spank
You
me.
were pinned up.
He just grabbed me by the shirt and pinned me up against the wall because I was talking back to my mom.
Oh,
And
classic.
my dad came home, and it was the worst combination. I talked back to my mom. Mom, you wait till your dad gets home.
He was.
No. And then Dad got home, and Dad was in a bad mood from his job.
Mhm.
And so he was already in a bad mood. My mom's like, "Your son's a piece of," and goes off. Just
What?
starts
My
cussing me
mother?
out.
My mother, Teresa?
No, she didn't say that. But she told him but she told him I was mouthing off, and I walked into the room, and my dad is like pacing. I'm just standing there. I'm just trying to be tough, and all of a sudden he just grabs me by my shirt and just slams me against the wall. And I remember
What did he say?
trying to be tough to just crying. Like I was so
You're like
scared.
17.
Yeah, I was like in 8th grade.
I thought that they slammed. He did that to you again at Heritage.
No.
Maybe
The truth will come out.
I remember when he did it to Dustin because he was upstairs and I heard it. Like I heard pounding, and I'm like, he's killing.
Yeah. When Dad,
But I think he.
I mean, like I remember like the pictures on the wall like shaking because he hit me against the wall.
Yeah.
He was just like, if you ever do this again, I'm gonna beat the. And he was bad. And I'm not gonna say I never did it again, but I definitely remembered that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Did your dad ever pin you up against the wall?
I mean,
Mr. Marshall?
Yeah, I don't see that.
what do you mean? Yeah,
He pinned you against, did he?
not pin me, but
Papa
like,
John never put you against the wall?
Papa John.
That was more. Dad was more. He was more not creative, but like he would
creative.
he would do things more by like the Bible, like
okay. No,
like
Oh, so he would stand outside, and the next thing that came out, he was sacrificing? Like,
no,
what?
like at one time,
That's amazing.
what I mean by
That's
that is,
amazing.
so I would get spanked a lot, and I'm pretty sure the last time I got spanked was like probably 9th grade.
Yeah, I think mine was.
I think
And
mine
it was like kind of a joke. Like I was like,
Kind of a joke.
I knew I should not be getting spanked still at this age, and it was like,
I think I was
the
8th
rod
grade.
of correction. It has to be done. And
They were just trying to make a point. They were trying to humiliate you.
Yeah, and so that definitely worked. But I remember one time. So my brothers, you go through this phase as a boy where you hit your brothers in areas that you probably shouldn't hit them in.
Yes, you do go through that.
And
It's
so
the stupidest phase
that was a
as
big
men that we do.
That was a big.
Then you have to have
phase.
like a treaty. Like, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And there's the one guy that's like, but I gotta get you back.
So we went through that phase, and Dad was not having any of it. So at one point he caught me like doing it, and so I don't remember exactly the passage in the Bible.
Did he hit you there?
No.
Okay.
But basically, you're supposed to cut the person's hand off.
Oh yes, it says like if a wife is like stepping in to help her husband fight and she grabs a man, she gets her hand cut off. Your eye doesn't pity her. Like
something
that
along
phrase.
those lines. Yeah. I don't remember the exact passage, but I remember my dad like taking me upstairs and like reading me the passage and basically saying, if you do this, I have to cut
Keep your hand still, John.
If you do this, I have to take your hand off. And so he had a cutting board and a knife with him upstairs. Yes. And he put my hand on the cutting board, and then he put the knife on.
This is an Isaac and Abraham situation.
I'm telling you, he put the knife on my wrist.
And then an angel appeared.
No.
John pulls off his fake hand, and here it is.
And there was a ram in the thicket.
Yeah. So he put the knife on my wrist and was like, "This is what the Bible says I'm supposed to do if you do
How
that."
old were you?
I was probably like,
what's going through your mind?
Yeah, like, did you think it was real? Oh, yeah, you were little.
Yeah.
Yes, you were terrified.
No, I was like probably 6th grade.
Oh, 6th grade. Okay.
Yeah, 11, 12.
But you were terrified.
So yeah, but he did that, and that cured me. I mean, like,
what happened? He ended up being like,
no, he didn't cut my hand.
I'm saying, like, did he end up?
No, he didn't.
He just started a song. It's taking too long. Just never mind.
Show us the scar, John. Don't be afraid.
Just placed it there, and it was like, this is what has to happen. And so, I mean, that's
hilarious.
But the most spankings I ever got in a row was 50.
50?
The most I've ever gotten in a row was 4.
Dude, if he was doing it by the Bible, he'd only do 39.
50 in a row.
Yeah, 40 save 1.
Wow.
Well, he told me if you do this, you're gonna get 50 swats. And so,
wow.
And I did.
Whatever it
What
was.
was I doing? We were jumping off the garage onto the trampoline. Which is like...
I don't have sympathy now because he said if you do this, I'm giving you 50
Exactly.
John's like,
exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, not only did I do it, but I got my little cousins to do it with me. So that was a big no. Yeah. So
that's hilarious. So in a row? Did your dad arm get tied?
He did it in a row.
Dustin was
16, but he did they do it once or did they spread him out?
At once because I think he had bruises.
Yeah. Well, they asked him
16. I got that on my birthday. My 16th birthday.
Your 16th, you got 16?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I don't know.
You know how you spank people on your... That was the joke I was making.
Okay. Just imagine your dad, you're 16, your dad's like, gotta spank you, Johnny, it's your birthday.
Yeah, well,
but Dustin got... What did he do?
I don't
remember what he did. I mean, but he got 16, and I think they asked him if he wanted to spread it out 4 over the next, would it be 4 days? Or do you want them all now? He did them all at once.
I would rather them all at once.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what he did.
Get this over
Get
with.
it over with. Yeah, for sure.
But, okay, so I have another story I have to tell. So
wait, what was the oldest for you guys?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The most that I got in a row was 2.
Okay.
But what I did...
Light cheese.
I know.
Yeah, but it was 2 hard ones, I'm sure.
It was, because you remember Mr. Norman used to make paddles for the parents in the church?
Yes.
And he
Wait,
carved...
were they rods?
Yeah.
No.
Well, but it said rod of correction on it.
It said rod of correction on it. See that middle? Well,
yep, mine was a middle one like that.
So,
yep, thank you, Mr. Norman.
But shorter, and he carved...
Yeah, but shorter.
And then he carved...
that.
But then he carved Board of Correction on it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That way you can brand yourself.
Also, he's like the nicest person.
He is the nicest person.
He's the one
but
that
anyway,
did that.
it was that. Mm-hmm. And what I did was, in order to fit in with a more popular group of girls in Sunday school, I told them that this one member of the less popular group of girls in Sunday school cussed. Which was like, honestly, that was the worst sin that as like an 11-year-old I could think of. So that's why I chose that. And and then it got back to, and then I somehow, this girl that I gossiped about, I lied about. It wasn't even like a true, I just absolutely made it up.
How'd you pick the girl?
Because, well, it was a little bit believable.
Which one of these?
Which one of these is the most believable that she would say this?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I guess the reason
That is so
I know it's terrible. It is very. So, it got back to her dad that this rumor was going around, and he would wanted to figure out who started this rumor about his daughter, and eventually it got back to the fact that I started it. And so he went and talked to my dad about it, and that's how my dad found out. And then we come home from church on Sunday morning, and then my dad's like, did you say this about her? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, how many people did you tell? And I must have told like 4 or 5 other girls, but I only named 2, and that's why I only got 2 spankings.
Oh.
But my dad was kind of a lecturer, and so I knew the spankings were coming.
Yeah.
But then he'd sit there and lecture, and oh my gosh, which was the worst? Because then you're like, I know you want me to pay attention to what you're saying, but I'm not because I know what's coming.
Yeah. My ears are pounding.
Yes. So that was the worst.
And the most.
The worst and the most.
What was the last one? Was that, how old were you last time you got spanking? Ish. If you remember.
No, I think that was the last. It was the last. Okay. It was the last and the worst.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That
Uriah?
I remember.
Yeah, Uriah.
I really want to hear Uriah.
I know, me too, because he's been smirking the whole time.
So,
you poop on the golf course?
So I was...
The driving range.
Driving range, my bad.
Yeah, but I had a lot of padding back there. So, I was like 16 or 17.
I love it.
And it was the only time my dad hit me. The only time.
What?
Like the rest of the time, I never did anything because we had like levels, right? Like if you did something to my mom and my mom could handle it, she would just spank us. But then obviously, just wait till your dad gets home. Never happened to me. I never got.
So you got spankings from your mom?
Yes, up until this point.
Okay.
And so we're on our way back from something at State Line, and I thought it would be hilarious to just do something disgusting. And so I did it, but I intentionally like pointed it at them when they were in the front seat driving. And so it was just like,
oh, okay. I feel like you need to say what it is.
Yeah, because like people's imaginations will run wild. You farted.
Yeah. So
your eyes like, yeah, but I actually.
But you pointed at them.
like I turned around and it was for I don't know why. Like I just got
because you're.
I thought it was gonna be hilarious, and they did not find it funny. Hilarious. Rightly so. And it was the only time my dad got me.
How many did you get?
I think just one, but I was like, that's the dumbest thing. Like, I should have went and like crashed a car or something. Like that's why I got hit. Like, come on, you're an idiot.
Oh my.
Mrs. Havman, this is Johnny's wife. What was yours?
Probably.
Last time you got spanked.
I was probably like 8 or 9. Probably.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
Goody two shoes over there.
What did you?
No, but here's the thing. I was like a Tasmanian devil though. Whenever I was little, like whenever I was 4, my mom. You know how Sam is like chunky and like thick and sturdy? Like my mom could not pick me up. Like I would plant myself on the ground. I would bust blood vessels and stuff.
Oh
and,
my goodness!
Growl. And my mom thought I was
what? She's like possessed by a devil.
My mom did. She was like, "Tim, something's wrong with Lucy." Anyways, but like, I feel like I came out of that phase, and then I just never really like. I probably got a ton of spankings as a toddler and like little kid.
Yeah.
Like, but then whenever I turned 8, it was 8 or 9 was probably
okay.
Wow.
And I don't even know what it would have been for because it was
I didn't get very many from my dad because I didn't really need it. But
I would have way rather ones for my dad.
I got an F in science class, and I got a spanking in the 8th grade.
What was it? You did it at Ibis.
Spanking for grades.
At Ibis?
Oh, dude,
for what?
Well, I mean, if your kids just being deliberately lazy and you've been on them,
Did you just call me lazy?
No, I said, well, maybe, I don't know. Take it with the boot.
So when I would fight with Ben would like kind of just take it, but he was really I got to bring this story up because it's hilarious. So Ben would just kind of take it, and then he would be really creative how he would get you back. So he wouldn't like you hit him, he hits you back. He would just take it and wait until he could come up with a way to get you back. And so one time,
I know.
One time
of a serial killer.
Yeah, Ben's something else. But one time we were on a road trip or whatever. I was just being a jerk to Ben. I don't remember exactly what for. But we get done with the road trip, and I was like, Ben, can I have a drink of your Sprite?
Oh
and he was like,
you told me this.
He was like, oh yeah, totally, you can have a drink of my Sprite. Gives me his cup, I drink it. It was his pee. He peed in.
Is that not devastating?
He peed in the cup, and I just took a big like swig of it, and it was like I spit that thing everywhere. I was like, Ben, what is that? He's like, it's my pee. Like he was like, oh, dude,
did you like attack him? I feel like I would attack.
I was dumbfounded. I was just like, I can't believe. I was frozen. I was like, I can't believe how you just made me drink this pee. It was it was so salty and disgusting, dude.
You don't need to describe the flavor.
I mean, but do you kind of respect the
like? I was like, you
playing the long game like that?
I did.
Yeah. I wonder if he does that though, because he's gonna think twice before he does anything.
That's 100% what it was. I was like, yeah, you won that one, dude. You won that one.
Man, anybody have any drinking tea stories?
Drinking tea?
No, so this is not my story, but on the way to camp one year, my brother's class, a couple of guys in his class, they had to go, but they weren't stopping. Like the vans weren't stopping, so they went into Mountain Dew bottles or whatever, and they opened the window and chucked it out the back.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, the person behind them had their sunroof open, and so they drenched the person behind them in pee. Yes, and it was like 3 of these guys had taken a leak in these bottles. So it's like 3 different sets. Just boom, boom, boom. Got this person with a sunroof.
How did they find out?
Huh?
How did they find out?
How did they know that
they follow
person got drenched?
Well, because they could see behind them. They were looking where they were, like, they tossed it out and then they looked back and there's the person with the sunroof, and then the person drove past. I don't know if it was Randy Gazaric or if it was it Randy
that got pee on them?
Okay,
no, that was driving the van.
No, the person Randy was driving the van and the person drove past him and gave him the wet floor and the finger and all that stuff, and Randy's like, "What'd you guys do?"
I don't think they chucked the bottles. I think they opened the windows and poured the bottles out.
Oh,
so it was like getting caught in going in the.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I would be so upset.
Oh my goodness.
Dan, let's do a draft. What do you got?
Draft.
Yeah, I thought you had the draft.
Oh wait, I have the draft. What do you have? You have a top 10?
I have a top 10. Yeah.
I want to try this draft because we kind of started this conversation, but we kind of stopped it short because we weren't recording yet. But we were talking about cartoons and what everybody grew up on. So Lucy and I, like the good pastor's kids that we are, grew up on PBS Kids.
I'm a pastor's kid, but apparently not a
and
good one.
The bad pastor's kids were Cartoon Network.
Excuse me, we have 7 churches. Your dad's been a part of 1.
You won that one. And then I think Olivia and Uriah, you guys were
just absolute heathen.
Yeah,
we were watching all the smut and filth. For sure.
Yes,
you guys were Cartoon Network too. Yeah. So I have this. Draft I want to do, or like it's a bracket. So basically, I'm going to give you the different.
The versus thing, like this cartoon.
Yeah. So it's a big bracket here. I'll show you the picture of it. It's a big bracket.
Oh, okay.
And then it's from 2000 to 2010, which is a little bit before Olivia's time, or a little bit after Olivia's time. But you'll let it slide.
As I said earlier, Olivia's old.
So let's see here. The first one, we'll move on from that. I'm not gonna let that marinate.
I was waiting for her to respond, and she just didn't say anything. I was like, okay.
So the first one we have is SpongeBob or Emperor's New School.
Oh, SpongeBob.
I feel like SpongeBob. Emperor's New Groove, the movie. I never watched.
So New School was a show.
That was a show, right?
I didn't even know that.
It was a show.
Yeah.
It was on ABC. Yeah, for sure.
I've never even heard of the Emperor's whatever.
Okay. Like what's SpongeBob?
Well, we weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob because it was inappropriate.
Yeah.
We weren't
Somebody's
either.
judging us.
We weren't either. Okay. Next we got
oh brother, this guy stinks.
That was
Legends of Hidden Temple.
What?
Oh, I remember that one.
Or Disney Channel games.
Pass.
I remember the Disney Channel.
Really
vaguely like.
If we went over to grandma's, she had cable, and so we would watch Disney because mom wasn't there to like stop us.
Right. Well, that was us. We did it because mom was at school or at work.
I am not familiar with either. So
we'll go to the
Wait, what was the first one?
Legends of Hidden
I feel
Temple.
like I watched that, but I can't. Yes, it was a temp. Okay, I like that one better. Do that one.
Wait, it was like a game show?
Yes, it was a game show.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. Do that one.
Okay. That one. Okay, next we have Kim Possible or Danny Phantom.
Kim Possible. Oh, you probably won Danny Phantom.
Lucy's like,
I like Kim Possible.
But yeah.
Lucy's like, I didn't watch any Cartoon Network, and she's like over here giving her.
So you guys going Kim Possible?
We weren't allowed to watch Kim Possible.
I watched,
I watched Kim Possible.
I remember I watched Danny.
So Kim Possible's belly button was out, so
Kim
that's a no
Possible.
for us.
Call me baby.
You guys are
whatever you need me, baby.
Okay.
Finish
I
it.
don't remember. What is it?
Never mind.
Next one is so which one? Kim Possible?
Kim
Yes.
Possible, yeah.
Okay. Tim Hospital? What?
Yeah, I know. Go ahead. I was hoping nobody noticed.
Okay, we got Phineas and Ferb and Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Phineas and Ferb. Ed, Ed and Eddie we were not allowed to watch.
Yeah.
It was bad.
What's the scoop on?
They showed their butts on Ed, Ed and Eddie.
No.
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
Classic.
Definitely
Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah,
Okay, Phineas and Ferb.
House on a hill somewhere.
Next, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Kobe.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, or Zaboomafoo, which that is.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Zaboomafoo is PBS Kids.
Yeah, I feel like
They messed this up.
Sweet Life though.
Sweet Life.
We watched both.
Maybe
I'm
this
gonna sing all of
this
these
isn't. This isn't just
Really?
Cartoon Network. This
What?
isn't just Cartoon Network.
No,
So,
it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were so cute.
so what do you guys pick? I pick
This
Zaboomafoo.
is the
I
sweet
picked the
life.
I never watched Sweet
I'm
Life.
gonna sing
but I
all the-
watched
I'm gonna sing
Zaboomafoo,
all
so
the-
I'm just
Sweet
gonna
Life. We got to vote here. So
Yeah, Sweet Life.
Sweet Life. We taking
Zaboomafoo.
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 Even.
Yours?
Okay.
Oh, we need
You're right.
you
You
to.
the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
No,
Just admit you had
this
a
is
crush
do or
on
die.
it.
I had a crush on who?
Zach and Cody.
Which one did you watch? Did you watch
I didn't really watch either of them. I guess like I was the Boomafoo.
Yeah.
Stink.
I was leaping along. Leap. That's a little tidbit for you from Zabufu. Okay, next is Fairly Odd Parents or Sunny with a Chance.
Fairly Odd.
Yeah,
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does that one go? Shiny teeth and me. That was one. Okay. Go ahead.
Is an average kid.
Yes, and no one understands.
Guys.
Mom and Dad and Dickie always giving him carrots.
I'm just completely lost.
I don't know. There's like something up in his room. Oh man. Instantly,
yeah.
But this magic little fish event every wish.
But in reality, they are his odd parents.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's weird how that just comes back to you once you start.
But I don't know like the whole list of food that they go through.
Oh yeah, it's like giant.
Dan's like, I know every single one.
Okay, next. So, Fairly Odd Parents. When's
I
that
forgot
one?
we were doing this still, to be honest.
Veggie Tales or Big Time Rush?
Veggie Tales.
Oh, Dan's a big time Rush fan.
Still love Big Time Rush.
We're halfway there.
I love Big Time Rush. They have music that has no cussing and disgusting.
But I feel like that's not fair because, like,
Those are
Jesus.
very different.
You know?
Yeah, Veggie Tales. I think that wins. Sorry, bud.
I feel like Silly Songs with Larry beats whatever Big Time.
Yeah,
Rush
we
is.
gotta
Big
go
Time
with
Rush
the
is
Bible
pretty
stuff.
We're obligated.
Okay, Jesus.
Next is the Lizzie McGuire or
Oh, boy.
Cousin Skeeter.
I don't know what
What?
Cousin Skeeter is.
Who is
I was saying
Cousin
Lizzie
Skeeter.
McGuire 'cause I have
We're
no
gonna
idea
go
about
with
Cousin
Lizzie
Skeeter.
McGuire.
Lizzie
Man, I
McGuire.
can't think of the theme song.
Okay.
Stink.
Arthur or Little
Arthur.
Bill?
Oh, I liked
You
both.
racist. I think we watched more of Arthur.
Arthur for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, next we got Johnny Bravo
I
or
loved Johnny
Oh
Bravo.
yeah, man.
Ned's Declassified.
Ooh.
Johnny Bravo. I like Ned's, but Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo has more nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that scene.
Yeah, Johnny B.
Johnny Bravo wins that one. Okay. Next, I zoomed out. Hold on. They actually had Ned's, and this one they had Ned's Declassified winning that, but no.
Okay.
Blues Clues or Good Luck Charlie.
Good luck, Charlie.
Ooh, whoa.
Well, we have a
Those
strong
are
opinion.
that's
Good luck, Charlie is so good.
it
And
is.
the brother, he was so cute.
Yes.
What about when they had the lesbian couple on?
Oh,
Ooh.
boy.
So probably.
Helpless.
That actually was a
That's
good
interesting because Blue's Clues is for like preschool, kindergarten, and then
Yeah.
Good Luck Charlie's for like.
show. Yeah.
You know.
it's a weird matchup.
Yeah.
You gotta pick.
Let's do Good Luck. I like Good Luck Charlie.
Okay. Next
And
we
Lucy
got
actually had an opinion, so.
Keenan and Kel
Oh yes.
or Corey in the House.
Ooh.
I don't know any of these.
I think
I
Keenan
don't
and
know
Kel.
those.
Do you know any of these, Uriah?
Yeah, I knew Corey in the House.
We're in the house
I-
was the offspin of like That's So Rich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it went.
I feel like
that
Keenan and
long.
Kel.
You can go
Okay.
Keenan and Kel, that's fine. I don't
Okay.
really care about those either one.
I didn't love Corey in the House.
Next
Big Time
I'm
Rush
is
beats us
racist.
up against Big Time Rush. That's what I'm.
it's a hard matchup. It's a tough matchup.
I know you made me choose.
Wild Thornberries or
Oh, I love them.
the Remo Show?
I don't know what that is.
I didn't watch it. The one
I like
Wild
Wild
Thornberries.
Thornberries.
Berries was legit.
Yeah, it was.
Wild Thornberries.
Nigel
Okay.
Dad.
Thornberry.
Hey Arnold or
Nigel
Yeah.
Thornberry.
okay. What is this one? Hey Arnold or
Love it.
Just Jordan?
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold
Yeah,
for
okay.
sure. Football head.
Nobody cares about just Jordan, whatever the name was.
Just Jordan. Okay, next one is Wizards of Waverly Place.
Have you never watched that?
No.
Selena Gomez?
No,
I
dude.
love that show.
Okay,
Go
keep
ahead.
going.
Or Avatar.
I didn't watch
My
Avatar.
vote goes to Avatar.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
I never watched
I
Avatar.
love Avatar.
I
Aang is
did
the
love
goat.
Wizards.
So I'll default to the
I do have Avatar
the
socks.
consensus.
I'll let you do it, but I did love Wizards of Waverly Place.
Okay.
We just never watched Avatar.
No.
Like, we just weren't into it.
We only watched shows if they were bad. So.
Yeah, that's true. Was it
Okay.
a place where, like, witchcraft?
Yes.
I mean,
Powerpuff Girls or Baby Looney Tunes?
Powerpuff Girls.
I didn't know, baby.
No.
I didn't know that existed.
Powerpuff Girls.
I was allowed to watch Powerpuff Girls probably.
When I think of Powerpuff Girls, I think of Kara Ogle drawing them in her little cenopad.
Wow, that's
what?
a throwback. Good night.
Kara Ogle drawing the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my word! Yes.
Okay, next Hannah Montana or
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, okay.
yeah, Powerpuff Girls. Hannah Montana or Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage and the Cowardly Dog.
Courage,
I am not taking arguments.
That is the strangest thing.
Wait, what was the first one?
That
Hannah
dog
Montana.
did not have to live a double life.
That's hard.
Stupid dog, you're making me look bad.
Okay, so Courage is
the
that
Cowardly
one.
Dog.
Next one is Dora the Explorer or What's New Scooby-Doo. They put some terrible matchups.
What's new Scooby-Doo? Is that different than regular?
That's just Scooby-Doo. That's just Scooby-Doo.
Oh, definitely Scooby-Doo.
What's New Scooby-Doo? Coming after you. That one. The newer one.
Oh, I never watched that.
That one's good. So it destroys Dora.
That's what I think.
Next is Sesame Street versus True Jackson VP.
Oh my goodness, Sesame Street.
Yeah,
no
True
shot.
Jackson VP was
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
John, how many more are there?
Sesame Street.
Well, we're halfway.
We're in the first round.
We're
halfway there.
No,
Okay.
I want to sing that song. It's not When It Begins Jesus.
Okay. Next is Zoe 101 or All Grown Up.
So Zoe 101 was the one we were talking about earlier that was Britney Spears' sister. And All Grown Up? Oh, that's hard.
I don't know All Grown Up.
Yeah, I don't know half of these.
Go with Zoe 101 because that's the one I remember the most.
Okay.
I remember that one more than all.
iCarly or Proud Family.
Oh my goodness.
That's hard. I love Proud Family.
Proud Family was fun.
The Proud Family.
Oh God.
I don't know that one, so you're on your own.
Well, you're racist if you don't pick it, so.
We don't like
We just
racism.
threw Little Bill under the bus. Hit the back of the bus.
Yeah, like we unanimously ousted Little Bill.
It's true.
Well, we can't send the Proud Family back there, too.
So what are we picking?
Wait, it was Proud Family or...
Proud Family or iCarly?
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, let's
feel
say
like iCarly has to
iCarly.
win
Just
that.
say iCarly.
Okay, even
I was going to say the theme song.
Give it.
Even Steven or Teen Titans?
Even Steven was my number
Teen
one
Titans.
out of
Teen Titans
all of
was it?
them.
Okay, vote.
Steven's amazing.
Teen Titans.
Even Stevens. Have you ever watched Even Stevens?
Raise your hand for Teen Titans.
Have you ever watched Even Stevens?
3 versus Even Stevens.
You better vote
I
for
have
Even
not-
Stevens.
I
I
have
told you. Listen, have
We'll
you
let
ever
you
watched
win it.
Even Stevens though?
No.
Because you actually need to watch it because you would love it. It's Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf. I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in.
It's
I didn't know that.
hilarious.
Okay, we're almost done. Speed run. Victorious. Victorious.
I
or
don't know
Dexter's Lab.
Dexter's
Lab.
Lab.
Dexter's Lab.
Dexter's
I knew it
Lab.
was like that one.
Didi, what are you doing in my laboratory?
Wow, you were really good at that.
Olivia, that was so
I felt like we were watching the show. Okay, Amanda Show or Invader Zim?
Okay, I have to say a word for
Amanda.
Invader Zim. It's a little bit dark and a little bit weird, but it is so funny to rewatch as an adult.
I have to say Amanda Show because, you know,
I watched
that was one of the bits.
So which one wins?
I don't know.
We'll go Amanda Show. Drake and Josh, not Sweet Life. Which no, that's different. I
What?
always think those are the same one. My bad. Or Cyber Chase.
Definitely Drake and Josh.
Cyber Chase, raise your hand.
Drake and Josh.
1, 2,
Which one
3.
was Cyber Chase?
Daniel was obsessed with Drake and Josh.
Which one was Cyber Chase?
That's the one with Matt and Inez and
Hacker.
and Hacker. Yeah,
It's green.
Because the name.
and he always called people dunce buckets.
Cyber Chase, we're moving. We're
Yeah.
beating Hacker at his game.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's
I don't like
Okay,
that they put it up against Drake and Josh though, because that one was
Mm.
Comparable like matches. You know what I mean?
no, they're not.
Yeah, apparently not. Phil of the Future or Penguins of Madagascar?
Penguins of Madagascar.
Penguins of Madagascar.
I think I'd have to go Penguins of Madagascar. That was so funny.
I've never
Penguins.
seen that.
It's so
No.
funny.
You should watch it.
Okay,
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Thomas and Friends?
Okay, so
that's
Thomas the
that's
Tank
a top,
Engine.
like,
Or Jimmy Neutron?
Jimmy
Neutron.
Neutron.
That one wins.
Jimmy Neutron. I don't know what that noise
Okay,
was.
all that or Unfabulous?
I say all that.
Okay, go with all that.
Okay.
God, how many are
There's like a full-on bracket. This
Oh my
is still
God, Ian is legitimately stuck in this.
still in
Go
the
up,
first
go
round.
up with
Okay,
it.
we're good. We're good.
We're still in the first
Let's
round, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We're rolling.
Okay, yeah, let's roll.
Rocket Power, Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder, yeah.
The Bill.
That's
Can
So
we
Raven.
do it?
That's So Raven or Cat Dog.
That's so Raven. I did love Cat Dog though.
That's So Raven.
But they never
That's So
answered,
Raven with.
They never answered the question of how cat dog goes to the bathroom, though.
That is true.
I don't think you want to know.
That's so Raven.
That's So Raven with.
It says so.
Reading Rainbow.
So mysterious to me.
Reading Rainbow, I watched a lot.
Reading Rainbow or Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Aw, I like both of those.
I
Yeah.
would have stuffed animals too.
We can do Clifford. I like
Okay,
both.
I'm voting for Reading Rainbow.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Reading Rainbow.
I think you got beat on that one.
What?
I think you got beat.
Well, I don't. care. I
Rugrats
still
or
care.
Life and Stitch.
Lilo and
Lilo and Stitch.
Stitch. Life and Stitch.
It's kind of blurry.
That's
Lilo.
hard.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I can tell you who looks like Tommy on the Rugrats.
Who? Are you...
Who?
What?
Not name dropping.
Not name dropping on here.
Oh, wait.
Are you good?
Doesn't he?
So that was first round. Do we want to go through the whole
Let's just do
bracket?
it really quick. Go.
Yeah, you gotta do quick.
Okay, you gotta go
That
quick.
was a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
rapid
We're
fire.
not repeating and just want to pick.
We have to sing the songs,
Am I
but
doing it?
What do you John's,
Should I do it?
John's,
John's getting naked.
Okay.
Especially on a podcast, you can just say what you want.
SpongeBob or
No.
the games, Disney Channel games.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Okay. Kim Possible or Phineas and Ferb.
Ooh.
I
Phineas
didn't
is
say
funnier, yeah.
Okay,
I didn't
Phineas.
say Phineas and Ferb.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody or wait, Zaboomafoo won that one, right?
Yeah.
Zaboomafoo or Fairly Odd Parents. No.
I'd say
Oh,
Fairly
no.
Odd
Fairly Odd
Odd
Fairly Odd Parents wins that. The next one is VeggieTales or
VeggieTales.
Lizzie McGuire.
VeggieTales has to win. Lizzie McGuire. I love Lizzie McGuire.
or Hands for VeggieTales.
I think I watched more VeggieTales.
Amanda's the only one that didn't pick it.
So
Okay.
sorry, Lorena.
Arthur or Johnny Bravo.
Arthur.
Arthur, raise your
I
hand.
say Johnny.
Arthur. I did
Arthur
watch
won.
more Arthur.
4. Okay. Good Luck Charlie or Corey in the House.
Good luck, Charlie.
Good Luck Charlie wins that one. Next is Wild Thornberries or Hey Arnold.
Ooh, that's
I
tough.
think Wild Thornberries.
I watched more Wild Thornberries.
Thornberries hands. 2.
Oh, great.
And then
I can't
Hey Arnold.
I can't decide.
You have to pick.
We can go with Wild
I
Thornberries.
didn't watch. Yeah, just go with
Okay.
that because I didn't watch those that.
Avatar or Powerpuff Girls. Avatar.
I mean, Powerpuff.
Avatar. Raise your hand.
I never saw Avatar.
Me either.
Just go with Avatar.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yay!
We'll let you have it.
Okay, next is Courage the Cowardly Dog or Scooby Doo.
Courage.
Oh,
But
some
remember, this was What's
controversy.
New Scooby-Doo, so that wasn't the
Oh,
old
you're
Scooby-Doo.
right. Okay,
So
let's
do
Courage the
Courage.
Cowardly Dog versus New Scooby-Doo, I'd say Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Okay,
Yes.
Courage. Sesame Street or Zoe 101?
You guys know Sesame more, right?
I don't know.
I didn't watch a whole lot.
Honestly, I
I mean,
hate Sesame Street.
Prefer Zoe, but
If I heard Elmo's voice, I'd probably shoot myself in the head.
Zoe 101 wins that
I know what
one.
I'm getting before I get in the
iCarly,
shower.
iCarly or The Amanda Show?
iCarly.
I watched more iCarly.
Yeah.
You look like an iCarly fan.
He
yeah.
was. He watched it over and over again.
Next is Drake and Josh or Jimmy Neutron.
We did we even did we,
You didn't pick Drake and Josh. You
Oh,
picked
was
the
it
other
Cyber
one.
Chase. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cyber
Then
Chase.
definitely Jimmy Neutron for me.
I was a Jimmy Neutron.
Raise your hand for Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, Jimmy
Yeah.
Neutron.
We're trying to figure out. This was the plan.
The best show.
The best show ever.
The
Okay,
best show ever.
All That or That's So Raven.
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven.
Okay, and then Rugrats. Wait, I skipped one. Rugrats or That's So Raven. It's
That's so Raven.
sorry. Okay, so it's
Rugrats.
sorry. It's Jimmy Neutron or Cyber Chase.
Cyber Chase.
We said
No,
Jimmy
we
Neutron.
said Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron, and then it's That's So Raven or Rugrats.
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven.
That's Raven. Okay, we're getting there, guys.
I feel like this is a chore now.
Kim Possible or SpongeBob.
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 Lizzie McGuire or Fairly Odd Parents.
We did this.
No, we didn't.
Fairly Odd
It's in
Parents.
brackets, so
Got it.
narrowing
Fairly
it
Odd
down.
Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents. Arthur
Oh,
or
sorry.
No, I just completely. Never mind. Good.
Arthur or Good Luck Charlie.
Good luck, Charlie.
I'd say Good Luck, Charlie. I watched
Oh,
it.
I'd vote Arthur.
Arthur.
In a fight.
No, it's fine. Amanda, you're the deciding vote.
I mean, I would say Arthur.
Okay, Arthur.
Okay, Arthur wins that one. Next one is Avatar or Wild Thornberries.
Wild Thornberries. That's probably going to be split even.
That's, yeah.
Wild Thornberries wins that one.
Yes.
Everyone has to watch it, yeah.
And do commentary.
Okay, Zoe 101 or Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage.
Really? Wow, okay,
Did you not watch Courage the Cowardly Dog?
I've seen segments of it.
Oh, my soul. He doesn't understand.
iCarly or The Amanda Show.
iCarly.
iCarly wins that one. Drake, did we pick? No, Jimmy Neutron or That's So Raven.
Ooh.
Jimmy.
That's hard, actually. I love them both equally.
All right,
I'm gonna go Jimmy.
Jimmy Neutron hands.
Jimmy won.
Jimmy.
Won that one. Okay, last one. Fairly Odd Parents or SpongeBob?
SpongeBob.
Wow.
SpongeBob.
Wait.
SpongeBob.
I say SpongeBob. You should watch SpongeBob now, John. You'd like it.
I probably would.
Not the newer SpongeBob.
No,
so.
classic
No,
SpongeBob.
Classic
So much better.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should. Okay, Arthur or Avatar?
I mean, Arthur for me.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Sorry, Avatar. All right, Zoe 101 or iCarly?
iCarly.
Yeah.
iCarly. And then Jimmy Neutron versus That's So Raven.
I'm still gonna go with Jimmy Neutron.
I think I'd have to go with That's So Raven.
Jimmy Neutron. All right, this is the final four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Final four. SpongeBob versus Arthur.
SpongeBob.
iCarly versus
Jimmy Neutron.
Uriah.
I watched iCarly. I would say iCarly, I think.
We got 2 iCarlys, 3 iCarlys.
You guys have an opinion?
I think we're outvoted.
Yeah.
All right,
iCarly wins that one, and now it's SpongeBob versus iCarly.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's
SpongeBob, really?
Yeah.
So
you missed out on SpongeBob.
SpongeBob and Looney Tunes are the 2 greatest cartoons to ever hit TV.
I don't know why Looney Tunes isn't in there.
You can also
Because it's 2000 to 2010. Looney Tunes started in like the 1940s.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
actually, you know what? I watched a lot of.
My parents grew up watching Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Like, Looney Tunes is
But
like
Looney Tunes is the GOAT.
So old. I grew up watching.
He does?
Michael Jordan played 9 years of basketball for his role in Space Jam. Okay? Looney Tunes is the GOAT.
Did you watch Space Jam?
Oh, yeah. I was a huge Space Jam.
Yeah, me too.
What's up, everybody? It's Dan. This is part 1 of our 2-part series with our Beyond the Border Buddies pod. Please join us next week when we'll drop the second part.